Give it up, everybody, for the lovely Kim Rosen.
Who is ready to keep laughing? You know why? Because laughter is the best medicine. Yeah. Unless you've had abdominal surgery. And then, ow. You just picture it. Anyways. Okay, so I'm going to make fun of women right now. What is the deal with when a woman is about to cry, she goes, hang on. What is she doing? Is she fanning her tear ducts? You know, is that really going to work? And I think it's the same ladies that do this that also hold in sneezes, you know? And they're like, excuse me, that was gross. What was gross? I didn't hear anything. You gonna sneeze twice? She's like, yes, I think so. Oh, God, allergies. I'm like, what? Didn't really hear anything. But speaking of allergies, has anybody gotten a 3-hour allergy test?
Yes.
You?
Oh. On the back.
Okay, mine was the upper arms. Okay, I could probably show you right now.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, yeah, 3 hours. And I'm a chatterbox. So I didn't mind. I was sitting there in the stool, chatting with my nurse. I'm actually connected to the nurse on Facebook now, because I chat. And at this point, I wasn't afraid of needles, because when I saw the supplies that were going to be used, I'm like, oh, a whole tray of 400 needles. That's great. And then there were vials of allergens right there. And so where I was sitting on the stool, I'm at a certain angle, and at this point, we had to wait the 10 minutes so she could see the amount of swelling and see if I was going to start saying, oops, I'm itchy. Okay, that's the fun of an allergy test. But you can't itch, can you? You just sit there and complain. So anyways, so I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh, this is kind of interesting. Okay, so she's got dog and cat and dust and feather and cock. And I'm like, wait a minute. Is that right? Did I really just read that? And if so, wouldn't the vial be bigger? She's going to inject me with that? And then I'm like, well, maybe I am allergic. I've been single for like 2 years. I mean, it kind of all made sense. But it wasn't cock, it was cockroach. Yeah, I know. I was a little disappointed in a really sick way. Yeah. Okay, so recently I was a victim of vandalism. Yeah. Not me, my car. Okay? Yeah, I live in a scary town called Marlborough. Yeah. Believe it or not, it was indeed gang-related. I'm not even kidding. I brought my car to the police officer because I was supposed to do that, you know, for like an incident report. I've never been into a police station before. It's nighttime, okay? I go in after a heavy-duty workout at my gym, so I'm hot, I'm uncomfortable. Not happy about the complete keyed gang message all across my passenger car doors. So I go in and I'm waiting, and yes, I'm in like yoga pants, and maybe I'm looking cute, I don't know. Like 4 different police officers were like, are you being helped? Are you being helped? And I'm like, yeah, I just need to do an incident report. So this attractive black police officer comes out and says, all right, ma'am, I'll be doing your police report. I said, okay. So, officer, you know, I just want to let you know I do have pictures of the vandalism on my camera. And he looks at me and he kind of, in a patronizing way, says, well, did you not drive here? And I'm like, well, yeah, I did, but it's dark out. And then he's like, I have a flashlight. And I was like, oh, well, you do appear to be well equipped. I'm glad you got that. I'm so glad because the police officer didn't. I was hoping to score. Whatever, I didn't. So, do you know what I love more than anything? I love the OBGYN appointments that I go to. Seriously. Well, it's like the only attention I got when you're single, you know what I mean? Anyways, what I love about those appointments is that you're in a room by yourself, for typically like a half hour. And ladies, you all know, they typically give you some sort of a paper towel dress, right? Yeah, and they're like, you're gonna need to keep this open in the front. I'm like, really? Because I wanted to, I know that, right? And usually she's so generous that she says to me, you know what, Kim, you can keep your socks on. That's awesome, because it's my feet that I'm embarrassed about. I'm gonna keep my socks on. You know, and then you've got the, then she's like, okay, your doctor will be in just a moment. Just a moment. My ass, it's a half hour. So I'm like, all right, so what am I gonna do? So I guess I'm gonna hop up on the table with the deli wrap. You know what I mean? Feel like a slab of salami or something. And so you're up there and you're looking around, you know, and then you're probably starting to sweat because, you know, it gets awkward. So you sit, and then if you're like sticking to the butcher wrap, every time you move, it crinkles, and you're just like, oh God. And then it's like, you keep adjusting the open dress thing you're wearing. I'm like, oh, I should probably cover this and maybe like that. Okay, I feel good. I'll wait. You know, why am I doing that? Because in a matter of seconds, it's gonna be like off. You know what I mean? She's gonna be in areas that, so why am I even trying to cover it? But what, I think the best part is, what do I do with my feet before the doctor comes in? Sharon, what do I do? You know, I probably am gonna let him dangle because I'm not a giant, so they don't touch the ground. So I'm like, you know, I feel like I'm 12. Or what I'd like to do next time I have this appointment is kind of get in the stirrups ahead of time. You know what I mean? Get in the ready position for my gyno. She would love it. She would. She'd walk in and she'd be like, oh, wow, all right, okay, you're ready. You didn't need all the directions like the, can you scooch down? You scooch down. Keep going, keep going. Okay, stop. You know? I'd just be ready. And I'd be like, you know what? Why don't you just hand me the speculum? I'll put it in. I know what I'm doing. There's a lot of support in that back room. I love it. So I'm going to leave you with this little bit. Winter brings out stupid road signs. Like the signs that say, frost heaves. You know what I mean? I don't know whether to shiver or gag. What the hell does that sign even mean? You know what I'm saying? You're laughing because you've seen it and you've questioned it every time. You know? Or the sign that's there that says, bridge freezes before road. I'm 34 years old, I don't know what that means. You know, should I slow down over the bridge? I don't get it. I don't get it at all. I think my favorite one is caution, pothole. Okay, here's an idea. Why don't you just fix it? Yeah. Instead of, thank you again. Wow, you should come out here. Just saying, you might motivate the group. You know, instead of like getting your whole handy-dandy construction team to figure out where the sign goes, how to place it, how much to put it down, why don't you just fix it? Take that money and that time and pave it, is what I'm saying. Okay, well, I'm feeling that my time is up. Thank you.
Jim Rosen. Yes. Helping services is Massachusetts. We got a few more